Welcome to Nagaland TV. Sok mandula ka awas. Amia Nagaland te saigena jashu gulido. Nagaland to multiple tribes ase. Ar idu multiple tribes chi ta nijor la festival lo celebrate kri. Idu nimite Nagaland the land of festival guina bi ami kan chani pai. Idu nishina May 1 bal yugina May 3rd tak our community kan tangana Moatsü Festival to celebrate kri. Aro in related to Moatsü Festival, Ao Youth Forum Diphupar Khanbra Northeast Zone Cultural Center kan lo de collaborate kri gina. Cultural connect the hills resonate to stone sculpture garden NEZCC de aji May 2 de organize kuri ase aru itu program de special case to Dr. SC Jamir Padma Bhushan awardee former Chief Minister of Nagaland, former Governor of Odisha, Gujarat, Maharashtra or Goa ase aru itu aji laga program itu cultural connect de khali au community kan ikla noina alag Nagaland laga alag community kan bi aigina participate kuri ase to aibi itu laga program na opor de khata wa saiso.
This is one of the greatest opportunity for me to be in your midst today to participate in Moatsü celebration. I want to avail of this opportunity to speak out my mind of the kind of Nagaland we should have and the kind of Nagaland we are in and the Nagaland that we have had. This is the time to have serious introspection and retrospection about the entire landscape, political, social, economic, and religious in this beautiful land of ours. I have no hesitation to state categorically that Nagaland, the hills of this corner of India, inhabited by the Nagas, was chosen by the Almighty for his own purpose. I feel proud to be Naga because we are living in a land specially blessed by our God. And I want to prove it. For centuries, the people of this area, in this corner, we have been living surrounded by Hindus and Muslims in Assam, Buddhists in Myanmar, we go to Burma, Manipur. And yet, during all these years, not a single Hindu, not a single Buddhist, not a single Muslim or not. Why? Why is it? When they could go to the Southeast Asian countries to spread Buddhism, how comes that they have overlooked the beautiful hill of this part of the country inhabited by Naga people? Because God has a purpose. Far, far away, across the ocean, the American Baptists, those men of God, they have seen in their vision that there is a place in the in the east of India, which is specifically earmarked, bestowed for Jesus Christ. Obviously, it was Dr. Clark. If you read his wife's letter, when she looked at the hills, tears came to her eyes. Why? Because he wanted to do something for the salvation of those people. And they have done it. Within 50 years, within 100 years, the entire Naga areas now, from darkness to light, illiteracy to literacy. Instead of headhunting, now we are friends, family of the same God. We pray to one God, and that is the living God. We sing the same hymn in praise of Him. We read the same Bible, which was written for Him. And therefore, all the tribes of this area, we belong to a single family, single-most family, because we are related, not only by blood, by faith in God. And this was the place where Naga people live. You know, it is only through Christianity that the political consciousness of Naga people will awaken. No other tribes had that political conscience during colonial rule. That is the reason why with this awakening in our political consciousness, along with the colonial countries after the Second World War, when you're struggling for freedom, Naga people also part of that freedom fight. No other tribes. Along with India, Nagas also, they fought for their freedom. And the entire Naga people stood as one man. The cherished idiom of those days were united we stand. That was the motto. And as Christian, the Nagabi believed that we cannot afford to resort to violence. Because violence begets violence. Once it starts, you cannot stop. And therefore, the leaders of yesterday years, they have got the vision that Nagaland will be land of Christian where love, harmony, mutual respect, honesty would prevail. And for 2 decades, 3 decades, that momentum continued. And Naga people felt that they are one. The Naga people felt that they are children of the same God, the same God whom they believe. And it was sincere, genuine belief. Yes, economically we were backward. Because under British rule, nothing was done except to keep us to maintain law and order. And yet, the pride of the Nagas, we have made it as a jewel in Naga way. We had that precious jewel, Naga identity, Naganess. People were proud to be Nagas. And I'm telling this because of younger generation, because you have not seen Nagaland of the past. But Nagaland of the past was nothing less than Switzerland of the East. The beautiful mountains, the streams. The people were humble. People were honest. And that was what we call it, Nagaland. But what kind of the Naga world today we live in today? Compared to that beautiful land of ours, what kind of Naga world we have today in which we live today? Very sad, very sad. The entire system, because of our follies, have maimed, or we should say, destroyed. Egoism has dominated the thinking of Naga people. Tribalism, again, showing their ugly heads to divide Naga people. Instead of adhering steadfastly to the English proverb, united we stand. But today, people cherish that divided we fall. No pain. That is why Nagaland is called the land of factions, the land of groups, and the land of divisions. Then where is the life for Naga people if we are divided like this? If you see the political landscape, in the past people gave their life, they sacrificed, they had commitment, they have dedication, and they have got the spirit of sacrifice. When they moved from village to village, it was on foot, wearing a tractor. Fizo has never owned any vehicle, any house, nor Ingomaran, nor Kaito, nor Sakato, nor Jerumo. They have never owned. But they gave their all for the country, for the people. And in a moment, whether it is freedom moment or other moment, the people follow them. But in our case, it is very strange that we have already created our own small domain and designated as Prime Minister, President, Commander-in-Chief, so many Commander-in-Chief, so many Prime Ministers, so many Presidents. Then, where is the sovereignty? Where is the politics? Why you yourself think that you are only Prime Minister? Then what kind of politics we are talking about? I'm also confused. What kind of politics we're playing in this Naga? When you yourself is the Prime Minister, you're a President, Commander-in-Chief, then what kind of freedom you're asking for? I think the people, especially the younger generation, who are the students of political science, I think should carefully examine whether the Naga politics it really coincides or goes along with the political issues of other people. When there is a freedom movement, leader is there, they follow. Why? That leader is talking about people behind him. And the followers, they love him, they support him, and they are prepared to sacrifice for him. But in our case, small kingdom of their own. And then just talking about Naga politics. What had gone wrong with our people? Now, whatever they have signed, be it framework agreement or agreed position, it is very clear that no sovereignty is there, no integration is also there. Then, what are we asking for? Are we still repeating that kindergarten, this point? Little star, how I wonder what you are above the sky, so high. We wonder. Right? So we have brought our political ideology to that level. Very strange. And therefore, this is a time that instead of criticizing among ourselves, why not we have thorough introspection, retrospection among ourselves? And let us not use you, but only we. All the follies by us. All the mistakes by us. Don't try to paint fingers on others. Then what is the remedy? I'm happy that at least our legislatures are also here. The responsibility vested in you is much more important than any other. Why? You are the only mandated representative of this land. Others are not mandated. So what is your voice? What is the collective voice of our Nagaland Assembly? Is it not the time to tell our underground group, I will come to India. Since they have already agreed formally, whatever happened may, let them implement it. Why should it waste so much of time only in analyzing what is flag, what is constitution, what is shared sovereignty? These are now irrelevant 100% circumstances. So that is one which I would like to draw your attention. Secondly, the changes in the country. I think it requires a very critical examination. The fast changing political landscape in the country, in their thinking, in their action, what kind of India would it be? During our time in the 60s, in Parliament, whether it is opposition or trade bench, they used to talk about the country, international issues, country's problem. But today, I don't find that none of the leaders they are talking about national issues. Only quarreling. And this disease has affected us also. Nagas are also only quarreling. So should we swim along with this current, or we should maintain our own current of unity? I think that is the greatest challenge for Naga people to seriously consider whether they want to be a people with separate identity. And we have two identities, Naga identity and Christian identity. I also feel that we should not bother so much about this RSS. If we are strong, if we could withstand for 1,000 years to be Naga, to be Christian, should we be afraid of those people? If you are strong, no one will touch. Because this is a place which is selected by God for His own purpose. Mind. Yes, we may be a weak Christian, and yet God is not weak like us. Nagas are chosen people, and be proud. We are not blowing our own trumpet. No. God has given that. Since all of you are too young, many wars were faced, but Nagaland was always spared. Even Second World War, not here, except Kohima. So far, natural calamities have, I think, have not disturbed us. Nothing has disturbed us. Is it not the blessings of God? Because it is a place where our own God would like to have abode. For what? For a purpose. And in order to fulfill that purpose, it is entirely up to the Naga people. And that we can do it. Number one, let us foster the spirit of oneness. Let us foster the spirit of reconciliation. Let us foster the spirit of unity among us. Forgive and forget. And I was going through a dictionary. What do you mean by this polarization? They say all the contradictory, even these issues, one will be black, red, white, they come together because of circumstances. Today we have so many factions, so many groups, but we are compelled to polarize into one group as Naga group. And this is the time. Let us not lose the time, because the events may overtake us. It's changing very fast. And therefore, whether it is Nagaland Assembly, or civil societies, or churches, I think we should polarize the different elements which is disturbing the unity of Naga society into one. Once it is polarized, I am very certain that Nagas will have solution, Nagas will have peace, and Nagas will definitely rise again. Because this is a place chosen by God, and this will be one of the jewels of this great country. Because our younger generation, their dynamism, their vision, their lifestyle is quite different than us. And we're talking about the future. When this mobile goes wrong, I asked my grandson how to correct it, take correct it. And we are talking about those people. So let us not be obsessed by the past. But those younger generation who can teach us now in technical things, we are, as leaders, we are trying to design the future of Nagaland for those people, not for us. So let us open up our mind, let us open up our ideas, and let us, I think, increase our horizon of vision. Otherwise, talking only about the past will not help Nagaland. And we cannot afford to make Nagaland dwarf. I had the opportunity to serve in many important states in the country. There is competitiveness, determination, hard work, endurance. Let us imbibe that spirit with us so that Nagaland can shine. Thank you.
Nagaland TV, Sob Manulaga Awas. Watch us live on Geo TV and on your television sets as well. For Dimapur viewers, we are on channel number 994 in Global Chapter, and Kohima and Mokokchung viewers, switch to channel number 138 on Hornbill Digital. For all news and updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter.